This type of framing is intentional. It seeks to paint the aggressor as the victim and the victim as the aggressor in an attempt to put political pressure on the Broward County State Attorney's Office to charge this black woman for defending herself. If you just looked at this headline, you would have no idea that there is a video showing this man, a 62-year-old Army veteran, okay, charging after this woman and this woman retreating. You would see her, gun in hand, still retreating, trying to get him to stop chasing after her. She goes around multiple different vehicles to try to get away. And keep in mind, in the state of Florida, a stand your ground state, you have no duty to retreat from an imminent threat. And if you're charging at someone aggressively over a parking space, who knows what you're going to do? I don't understand what we're saying here. And then, okay, some news outlets did have his daughter. And of course, any loss of life is sad. It is horrible. And the daughter was crying and the daughter was upset. And then they go on to say that the daughter was estranged from the father for quite some time, but they did not give a reason for the estrangement. Understand, when the New York Post reports stuff like this, they are trying to rile up a base of people to put political pressure on the state attorney's office to charge this woman for a crime that is not a crime. It is not a crime to defend yourself from a threat. And yes, again, any loss of life is very sad, but you have the ability, you have the right to defend yourself if somebody is charging after you.
Well, here we go again. So now we have down there in Broward County, Florida, a woman was being chased around a car, followed around a car by a W man, and she had a firearm in her hand, and she fired one to the belly. The man is expired, right? And they're pushing the goalpost back again. They're saying that this was clear unaliving, this was clear murder. She had no right to defend herself. Now, I keep telling y'all, they only want this one way. They want to have things one way. We are not allowed to defend ourselves when we are being harassed by W folks, right? So we've seen the situation with Carmelo Anthony. We've seen the situation with Cyrus Belton. Like this, listen, the George Zimmerman situation that was also down there in Florida. He approached that young man with his firearm. He ended up unaliving that black boy, and he got off. This woman is on a video. You can see her backing up, retreating in a stand your ground state with no duty to retreat. She's backing up, moving around in between cars. She actually opened fire. So, and ultimately taking this man's life. Now, he was ultimately powed in the stomach. He hit the ground, and by the time he got to the hospital, he was already expired. They are already interviewing his daughter. And the funny thing with the daughter, we'll get to that. Let's look at what the news is reporting, and then we'll come right back.
A new video raising new questions about a deadly shooting outside of a Walmart.
A father of three losing his life over a parking spot. And tonight, the woman accused of shooting him claims that she fired in self-defense. Local 10's Rochelle spoke exclusively to the victim's daughter. He's live down in North Lauderdale with what the video shows. Rush.
So you just mentioned this, and this is important. This woman is claiming self-defense. She'll have to argue that she had a fear, an imminent fear for her life. Well, tonight we have the video, and you'll see it for yourself. And what we also have tonight are the words of the victim's daughter. And you'll see how heartbroken she is. The backstory on this case: she was estranged from her dad for many years. Recently, they were trying to rebuild their lives when he lost his life. We're going to start this with the video. The victim with the gray shirt. The woman with a gun. There is a standoff, and then the shooting.
He was a good man.
A daughter in tears. Amanda lost her 62-year-old father, Bart, shot in the stomach in a Walmart parking lot in North Lauderdale.
I just don't think anybody deserves to lose their life over a parking spot.
Cops say an adult female and the victim were involved in a verbal altercation over a parking space in the Walmart parking lot prior to the shooting.
I don't like to deal with death and talk about it at all. That's why I was very hesitant to do this interview.
But you are doing it. Why do you want to speak about your dad?
Because I want my dad to be remembered for who he was and not who the media is portraying him to be.
According to investigators, the shooter, the adult female, remained on scene, cooperated with detectives, and she told them the shooting was in self-defense.
He loved his country. He loved his country.
Bart served in the military. There are no charges in this case at this point. Amanda says she was estranged from her dad for many years, but recently they were working on repairing their relationship. And just like that, a life lost. And throughout the interview, you can see the pain on her face.
He moved down here 3 years ago with the intentions on rebuilding the relationship.
And during the time we spoke with Amanda, the daughter, she kept repeating to me, over a parking spot, nobody deserves to lose their life over a parking spot. I want to mention this again, no charges at this point. The investigation is ongoing. We're live in North Lauderdale. I'm Rosh Lowe, Local 10 News.
Okay, Rush, thank you. A safety alert tonight as thousands flock.
So this woman saying that they're saying that she was estranged from her dad for many years, and yeah, like this thing is crazy, man. Like it's crazy. You know, she didn't sound. She sounded like she loved her dad, but you could clearly see that they had some trouble with some problems. You could clearly see that this man wasn't working with. He wasn't wrapped too tight. Now, he's clearly walking up on this woman. This woman is fleeing and trying to get away from this man. She's trying to get away from this man, and she's walking in between. She's going in between cars. She's doing the moonwalk. She's backpedaling, right? And this man is doing everything that he could possibly do to get up on her. Now, you don't know what he might have done had he got up on her, wrestled the gun from her. She did everything. She did what she was supposed to do. When she pulled out her gun, she backed up. But again, I keep telling you, these people, they only want it one way. They only want it one way, right? And the way that they want it, is they get to do whatever they want to do to you, and you get to like it. You got to take it. And that's just the way it is. That's the way that these people operate. So Tariq Nasheed, he also went to social media, and he spoke on this, and he said this.
What we got to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, there's a situation down in Florida. Somebody called in about it last night. I needed to see it. I saw the video. There was a sister who had to use lethal self-defense against a white man who was accosting her, coming up on her, running up on her. Have y'all seen the video? Yeah, down in Florida at a Walmart, in a parking lot. Looks like a road rage incident. This guy, this white male, his name was what's his name? Diguiliazamo, something like that. He's 62 years old, Bart Digliazamo, something. I can't pronounce his last name. But it turned into a verbal argument with this sister over a parking space. Looked like the guy parked in front of the sister, and then he got out and started barking at her and all that. So she had to get out with her thing to let him know that, hey, this ain't going to be what you think it's going to be. And she had her gun, and he's walking up on her. She's backing up. He keeps walking up on her. It looks like he's trying to walk up on her so he can take her gun. And the sister kept giving him warnings. She kept backing up. She kept retreating, which in Florida, you have no duty to retreat. You can stand your ground. But she, even with her weapon, she was still backing up, giving that man every chance and opportunity to get the hell on about his business. He kept running up on the sister, so she had to do what she had to do and let them hot things off on him and put him on down. And thankfully, the sister has not been arrested. I mean, this is a clear stand your ground case. But the white supremacists online, boy, they are complaining. Boy, now they're flipping. Now, this is Florida. George Zimmerman, stand your ground, all that, where he chased down a black teenager and unalived a black teenager who was completely innocent. And they sat there and cheered that. Now we had a situation that's on film. Somebody's dash cam caught what happened, thankfully. And now they trying to flip the script. Oh, no, dude, he was unarmed, dude. She got out of the car with the gun, dude. Well, so did Zimmerman. Zimmerman got out the damn car with the gun, and y'all said that was cool. Yeah, I don't want to hear all of these damn I'm white and I say so excuses. That sister handled her candle. She did what she was supposed to do to defend herself. Listen, family, I think these people think the Carmelo verdict was going to have a chilling effect on all of us, because our good brother Carmelo, a child who defended himself from the son of a suspected white supremacist who approached him unjustly, harassed, and then assaulted him, and Carmelo stood his ground and did what the law said: you can defend yourself. And then they threw our brother in jail as a political prisoner unjustly, trying to use the "I'm white and I say so" rule. The white supremacists think they think that's going to be a green light to come at us because we're going to be afraid to defend ourselves. That's not going to be the case. That's not going to be the case. That 35-year sentence handed down to Carmelo by that all-white jury, that wasn't just about punishing one teenager. That was a strategic message from the dominant society. The system, they wanted to weaponize that conviction so they could mandate Black passivity, so they could broadcast a clear threat that defending yourself against a white aggressor could cost you your freedom. Because again, there's an unwritten rule that has always been the rule in this society, is that Black people are not supposed to use lethal force against the dominant white society, no matter what they do.
Now, only thing I can tell my foundational Black American family, you guys got to be careful right now with this administration, with to make America great again. Racism always was in this country, but there's a lot of people that's emboldened now. They're very emboldened. They're coming out saying a lot of things that they wouldn't have said 6-7 years ago, but they're very comfortable and speaking how they feel right now. And you have the media outlets, everybody's in on it, right? Everybody's down with it. And they're going back to when they say make America great again. When was America ever great for foundational Black Americans, right? That means that they're invoking their true history. And we know what their true history in America is and what it represents, right? So make America great for them is this is the way that they're behaving. And they believe they have a right to harm you, and you have a right to like it. You have a right to take it. You have a right to shut up. They have a right to do whatever they want to do. This is why they want to push everything from the federal government and move everything back to the states. So that way state law we already know who runs the states, right? And state law, listen, you ain't got no rights. You ain't got no rights that they feel like that they have to obey. And this is what they believe. But we see this man, Bart, whatever his last name was, he was expired. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.